Hello, my name is Chef Fran, and today we're making a beautiful vegetarian meal of polenta with mushrooms and caramelized buttersquash.
To make this wonderful vegetarian meal,
we need our polenta, our vegetable broth, some butter, and we have our heavy cream and some coconut milk. And we also have some grilled cheese and some pepper jack cheese that we're going to use as well in it. Now, to make our wonderful mushrooms, because that's where you're going to get your umami sensation and flavor from, that will give you kind of like, you feel like you're eating meat, but you're not eating meat. So you have your mushrooms, your onions, and your garlic, and your olive oil here. And what we're going to do with, we're going to season it with our Slap Your Mama seasoning and some smoked paprika, and of course some Himalayan salt, which is lower in sodium, and some black pepper. And we're going to take our butternut squash and we're going to bake it till it becomes golden brown, and it caramelizes, and some of that sugar releases from it, and that's what we're going to top our mushroom with. And then we're going to sprinkle with a little bit of Parmesan. And so there you'll have your polenta with mushroom and your caramelized butternut squash. So here's our butternut squash. I had just put a little smoked paprika. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of, Himalayan salt and a little bit of black pepper. And I just have a little bit of olive oil on it, or EVOO. And I'm actually going to bake it so it can caramelize. Just kind of like, just massage this a little bit and just kind of spread out the pan so it can caramelize. And again, I did put a little bit of olive oil on it, not too much. And I'm just going to put this in the oven and let it bake for about 20-25 minutes on 375, because I kind of want it to like crystallize so the sweetness really fully comes out of it. We're almost done with my mushrooms here, and our butternut squash should be done shortly as well. So we have put in the oven, and this is our bed right here for our on top of our polenta, and the butternut squash is going to go right on top of it. So I'm just going to pour a little wine in here so we can end up having a little gravy over our polenta, so it picks up all the delicious remnants in the pan of the sauteing of the onions and the mushrooms and the garlic. See, get all that little bit here, just a little bit of liquid, maybe a little bit more, have a little gravy. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna add myself a little bit of Himalayan salt to this. Yep. And a little bit of cayenne pepper, and just a little bit. I'm going to add some black pepper as well. Just not coming out. Okay, it doesn't want to come out. I don't want it to be. Okay, that's just it. And then our black pepper, cracked black pepper. There we are. And we just want to let it become translucent. Our onions are almost done with our mushrooms. So now we're making one of the stars of this main event attraction, the polenta. So I have some vegetable broth boiling here. I have 6 cups of vegetable broth, because it requires 3 cups of liquid to 1 cup of polenta. I am using this polenta as I showed you earlier. Now, if you're not familiar with polenta, polenta is basically cornmeal. Polenta is what the Italians call it, and the Americans call it cornmeal. It is very similar to grits. Just takes a little bit more time to cook than grits does. This is about 30 minutes to cook. So you do have to kind of babysit it to get hard so we're starting off with a whisk in it. And then as it starts to we add our liquids. In this case, I'm using coconut milk and a little heavy cream. I'm gonna add some pepper jack cheese to it because I want it to be creamy. That's when we'll switch over to our spoon and just keep mixing it. Then watching about every 7 to 10 minutes, just turning. All right, so first we're gonna put our black pepper in here. Okay, and a little bit of black Himalayan salt. And we're now gonna put our 2 cups of polenta in here. Okay, 1 cup. A little bit more. Okay, finish. Here's my 2nd cup of polenta. A little bit left in my cup here. There we go. So let's go in here and I'm going to lower my heat a little bit. And I'm going to start stirring this. See that it's bubbling and it's forming. So that's why I'm going to bring down the heat. Keep kind of stirring it here. I'm going to add some butter as well to it. So we put our butter in our polenta. Now I'm going to add our coconut milk. Give it that nice decadent taste. You got to keep stirring it. It does bubble and pop a little bit. So you got to stay on top of that. Make sure you don't get hurt. Add a little bit of cream, just a tad bit. Just a tad bit, like I said. And I'm gonna add my pepper jack cheese. Keep stirring my polenta. You know I have it on low heat. It just loves to pop. Same thing if you ever cook grits, you know, it's just the same thing. It's pop, 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 pop motion. And stir it. This is just some pepper jack cheese that I had finely shredded myself. And I put it in my vacuum seal packaging. So a little bit of pepper jack cheese. It's kind of going on. we go. Now you can let this settle where it will get firmer. And then you can, if you're doing it more the Italian way, let it get firmer, and then you can cut it and grill it or fry it and bake it. But I prefer it more liquefied, like grits, for me. So you want it creamy like this. Our vitamin content is vegetable broth, A and iron, polenta, small amounts of A, B, calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc, butter, A, B12, D, E, and K2, Himalayan salt, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, black pepper, A, B1, B2, B5, B6, C, E, and K, pepper jack cheese, A, B12, calcium, phosphorus, psyllium, and zinc, Gruyere cheese, B6, B12, calcium, magnesium, pectinic acid, phosphorus, riboflavin, thiamine, and zinc, Parmesan cheese, A, B6, B12, coconut milk, C, folate, iron, magnesium, potassium, heavy cream, A, D, and calcium, portobello mushrooms, B1, B2, B6, C, folate, magnesium, potassium, garlic, B6, C, manganese, and psyllium, smoked paprika, A, calcium, folate, potassium, and phosphorus, slap your mama seasoning, A, C, calcium, and iron, butternut squash, A, B6, E, C, B, magnesium, manganese, niacin, potassium, and thiamine. Real facts. Hunger levels can vary across different types of households. Here are some of the top hungriest households. Single mothers at 27.8%, Black households at 21.2%, Hispanic households at 16.2%, single fathers at 15.9%. You can learn more by visiting us at jdhcdc.org. So look at our wonderful vegetarian meal. So if you're starting off the new year with this health kick and you don't really want to add, or eat too much meat, there you have it. You have your mushroom sauteed with onions, and then you have your butternut squash that we baked so it can become caramelized. And we just have the gravy that we made with some wine and the mushrooms that was sauteed. And let's dig in here. Let's eat polenta. Now, obviously, if you're really being health conscious, you could omit the cheese if you want. You could omit the heavy cream. You could just use the broth and just have it just like that. But if you want it creamy, you should add some sort of texture. You could use some non-dairy cream as well, if that's what you want to do. But let's dig in. So creamy. And it doesn't even taste super rich. Even though we added the coconut cream and everything, it just feels perfect. Now let me get it with the butternut squash and the mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Do you know when I was younger, I did not like mushrooms at all. Didn't like the way they look. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, even if you paid me. And onions as well. And now it's like my go-to. Love it. Wow. What a burst of flavor. What a burst of flavor in your mouth. The mushroom, butternut squash, the gravy and polenta. Oh my gosh, so delicious. You taste that nice sweet caramelization from the natural nature of the butternut squash. So good. Must try. Definite must try. If you never had polenta, like I said, you're used to eating grits, it's something that you definitely want to try. If you've had polenta before, make it creamy, because it is just really kind of like cornmeal. So here's our call to action. don't forget to click the like button by giving us a virtual hug. When you do that, it lets myself and my team know that you're enjoying the content that we're putting out for you. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. We welcome you here with open arms and great big hugs. And if you have not subscribed, think about it. Subscribe. You won't regret it. Hit that bell notification. You'll know every time we upload a new video. And I believe sharing is caring. So share this channel with your family and friends. They'll appreciate it. And I thank you for hanging out with me today, eating virtually. Well, I ate this physically, but you too can eat this physically and let me know what you did that was different. Did you add everything I added? Did you add a different cheese? Let me know. Did you add no cheese? Let me know what you did, because we do answer our comments. Comment below. And let me tell you about this great thing. Since we're in the new year, and a lot of people are trying to do healthier lifestyles, you know, when the new year comes, it's usually everyone's goal. Guess what? I have a treat for you guys. I have a book out called A Salad a Day, a twist on boring salads. A Salad a Day by Chef Fran Glover. So if you go to Amazon.com right now and you put a twist on boring salads, because, you know, when you think of salads, you think of your decorated salad is Caesar, for example. That's like your go-to nice, you know, more elegant salad. And you think of your garden salad as your regular salad, or your Cobb as your other decorated salad. But I have a salad for every day of the month. Go cop that book. Amazon.com. A Twist on Boring Salad, because salad is usually known boring to people, and I jazz it up and I have a salad every day of that month, or any month that you want to go and do your lifestyle change. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I look forward to hanging with you again. Thank you guys. Bye.